I want to welcome everybody to the 2022 Buffalo County in affiliation with Pepin County Beef Show. We're going to get started with the Heifer Calf Juniors. We'll have 4 exhibitors. If you want to bring your junior calves in, Bailey Brummer, Marley Brummer, Alyssa Danzinger, and Marley Meyer. You can bring your calves in, please. On deck will be the senior calf class, which will be Mason Bauer. Mason, you're on deck. While we're bringing in the junior calf class, I want to introduce you to our judge, Marlon Subra from Taylor, Wisconsin. Marlon was a lifelong 4-H'er, and now he enjoys judging. He coaches a livestock team in Blair Taylor, raises Suffolk sheep. He has 2 daughters. The oldest is a fair secretary in Jackson County, and his youngest daughter is going to school to be a history teacher. Marlon plays guitar at the church as his pilot's license, 27 years of nutrition, and now a crop insurance adjuster. Let's welcome Marlon to the Buffalo County Fair.
Testing. There we go. Now we're here. Good morning and welcome to the Buffalo County Fair Beef Show here today. Appreciate the opportunity to come and work with the youth of Buffalo County, talk about livestock, and see what we can learn here today. We've got a good class of junior out here. There is some differences when we get into different breeds, different maturities and whatnot. We've got a calf that to me sorts itself to the top of the class. Really admire the spring of rib capacity, the over a bone. Really admire the length of side that this heifer possesses. I think a heifer that's very well grown for her age here today, and an animal that's going to grow into herself and be quite an animal for this young exhibitor. The animal in second gives up some of the length of side that we started out with, maybe as a little tick wider over through that top, just a really deep rib type of heifer, maybe not quite as feminine up through that shoulder. What I'd change about her is I'd like to make her track just a little bit better on those back feet and legs. She tends to hawk in a little bit for me here today, but I think she fits into a solid second here in this class. The heifer in third just gives up some size and dimension and total volume compared to the heifers above her here today. I think structurally correct. She still fits the bill here today, but just a heifer for her age, just not as much growth as we started out with the class, not as much volume, not as much total broodiness that we have in the heifers above. The heifer that we round out the class with, a very young type of animal. Animal is showing pretty green here today, a little harder to evaluate. Really not that much younger from an age standpoint, so we're looking at feed conversion and milk conversion, trying to get these animals to maturity. Just gives up a little too much for me today as overall volume and muscle to place higher in the class. We'll do 2 blues and 2 reds in this class. Thank you.
Our blue ribbon winners in this class are Marley Brummer and Bailey Brummer. Next, we'll have a senior calf, Mason Bauer. Following the senior calf class will be the summer yearling. Drew Jurassic, if you want to get your summer yearling ready, you'll be on deck.
You're watching coverage of the Buffalo County 2022 Beef Show. I'm Brian Winnikins, along with Michelle Stengler from WRDN. I'd like to welcome all of you watching our broadcast on our YouTube channel at Durant Broadcasting WRDN. Also on our website at realcountry1430.com, and we're even trying something a little bit different this time as well. We're on our Facebook page as well at WRDN 1430 AM stereo and 107.3 FM. Thank you to all of our sponsors, including N-Tech, also Pip Seeds, Bruner Feed and Seed of Mondovi, also Synergy Co-op and Provisions Health. Just a few of the businesses sponsoring.
Just a reminder for everyone, the program and list of exhibitors is on our Facebook page. Buffalo County Fair in affiliation with Pepin County is the Facebook. Following the beef judge today will be the meat goat judging, followed by the sheep judge. And a reminder, the carnival opens at 1 o'clock today. With the beer garden opening at 4 and tickets for the tractor pull go on sale at 4 o'clock this afternoon.
Only one entry in your senior calf class. The exhibitor indicates that this is a Angus Holstein cross, and that sometimes that gives us a little issue because we've got dairy and beef, and they can trend either way. And I really do like the spring of rib, the overall capacity of this heifer. She's got some bone to her, some width, round through that top. Maybe could if we were going to change her a little bit, maybe give her a little more dimension to that lower round. But I think a production-oriented animal that I think is going to make a good brood cow when put into this young man's herd. Thank you.
Our blue ribbon winner was Mason Bauer. Now we're going to have our summer yearling, Elizabeth Wayne, summer yearling. On deck is the registered Hereford Junior Yearlings. If you can get your registered Junior Yearling Herefords ready. I'm sorry. We have a registered summer yearling. Drew, if you can bring your registered summer yearling in. And Elizabeth Wayne, you're on deck.
Only one entry in your summer yearling registered Hereford heifer, a heifer we really admire from the spring of rib total capacity that she puts down here today, very wide through that top. Maybe if we're going to change her, we would say she's just a tick coarse through that front shoulder and through that neck, but I think she's got the power to go along with it, so we're gonna go with it here today. I think an animal that is going to be a pretty good brood cow for this young man and be an asset to his herd. Blue ribbon today.
Our blue ribbon winner was Drew Jurassic. Next up is the summer yearling Elizabeth Wayne. And on deck is the junior yearling registered Herefords.
Again, you're watching coverage of the 2022 Buffalo County Beef Show. Thank you to Prime Realty of Durand, one of our sponsors, along with Adams Super Service of Durand as well. SFB Security Financial Bank and Alcivia Co-op, along with Compeer Financial. Please thank all of our sponsors. They make our broadcasts possible. Drop them an email, give them a phone call, visit their business, and tell them thank you for supporting our video coverage from the Buffalo County Fair. We'll have the livestock show coming up tonight. That'll be at 7 o'clock as well. We'll have live stream coverage on our YouTube channel at Durand Broadcasting WRDN. Also our website at realcountry1430.com. And for those of you watching on Facebook, it appears it's working very well on Facebook, so we'll also do it on our Facebook page as well. Again, tonight starting at about 7 o'clock.
Only one entry in your summer yearling crossbred. We've got an animal that is Angus Holstein again, and we do see some of those traits that come through. We do really admire the spring of rib, the overall capacity of this heifer. She's very wide through that top, very deep through that flank. If we're going to change her, I think a little Holstein coming out, probably maybe give her a little more dimension to that lower round. With the right bull, I think we can get some calves that will complement that. But a very solid, very correct functional type of production animal that will be a blue ribbon winner here today.
Elizabeth Wayne's your blue ribbon winner there. Now we have registered breed heifer junior yearlings. I believe these are Herefords. We have 3. If you guys can bring your junior yearling registered Herefords in the ring. And on deck will be the junior yearling. Looks like we're running Hannah Bauer, Madeline Wick, Alan George, Ava Krings. If you guys can get yours ready, you're on deck.
Again, you're watching coverage of the Buffalo County 2022 Beef Show. I'm Brian Winnikins from WRDN. If you're enjoying today's video. Reminder, if you like country music from the 60s through the 2000s, visit our internet-only channel at ruralrootscountry.com. That's ruralrootscountry.com. We have music throughout the day from the 60s through the 2000s, along with rural lifestyle programming as well. Again, you can listen to Rural Roots Country at ruralrootscountry.com. That's ruralrootscountry.com, or on Live 365. Just do a search for Rural Roots Country.
Very good class of junior yearling Hereford heifers out here. I think there's pieces of all of them that really excite me, and some things that we may want to work on. As breeders, we're always tinkering with that. We've never come up with the perfect animal. We're always in search of that, and when we fix some things, we tend to go the other way with others. The young man that starts this class, to me, has the most balanced heifer in the class. I really admire the spring of rib, the overall capacity, but what I really admire is that she's still feminine about through that shoulder, still looks like a female, but also has the power and width that blends her all together. The animal in second, just a real raw power type of heifer. Really admire the width of top and the overall dimension and volume of this heifer. I'd like to take a little bit of condition off of her. She's just maybe a little bit over-conditioned for me here today. She's just a little coarse up through that shoulder. That could give us some issues from a calving standpoint going down the road. I think these animals still need to look like females, even though we do want that muscle to go along with it. The heifer in third just kind of gets sorted into this class. Not a bad heifer, I think very structurally correct, just not as deep-bodied, not as wide-topped as the heifers above her. If I was going to change her, maybe make her a little wider through that pins, give her a little wider pin set there. But three very solid production-oriented heifers for your Hereford class here today.
The blue ribbon winners in this class were Dylan Jurassic and Candice Verguth. Now we'll have junior yearlings. Hannah Bauer, Madeline Wick, Alan George, and Ava Krings. No, they're running this class together.
You're watching coverage of the 2022 Buffalo County Beef Show. Brian Winnekins along with Michelle Stengler from WRDN. Thanks for joining us this morning as the Beef Show continues. We'll have the Livestock Show this afternoon, or this evening rather, starting at 7 o'clock. We'll have that on our YouTube channel, Facebook page, and also our website as well. This will also be saved to our YouTube channel. If you missed the Hog Show from yesterday, you can see the Hog Show as well at our YouTube channel at Duran Broadcasting WRDN. And like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to click the bell for future notifications. of future events. Of course, we have the livestock show later tonight. We'll have the dairy show tomorrow at 9. And then next week from the Pierce County Fair, we'll do it all over again with the dairy, beef, and swine shows as well. So like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Duran Broadcasting WRDN, and click that bell for future notifications.
On deck should be the Maine as you Heifer Junior Yearling class. Just want to remind everyone, tonight at 7 o'clock will be our meat animal sale, as well as our tri-state tractor pull down at the track. Make sure and check out the Buffalo County with Affiliation Pepin County Facebook page. All our events are on there. The winners will be posted. You can get the daily schedule, as well as the beef classes and the exhibitors listing.
good class of crossbred yearlings here. I think there's some things to talk about in this class. The heifer that sorts herself to the top, I think the most balanced heifer in the class. Really admire the Springer rib, the width of top, overall dimension of that hip. Gives me some round to work with here, and I think an animal that is handily wins the class here today. Heifer in second, I think patterns after the one that we started out with, just a little smaller version of what we started the class with, maybe not quite as deep through that rib, not as much circumference through that heart girth, gives up some of that width at top, but I think a real balanced heifer in her own right, and fits the second spot here today. Heifer in third is one that I used in second for a time, but I think when we get right down to it, just a little bigger frame type animal. Really admire the overall capacity that she has. But we started looking at through that hip and through that stifle, we just start to lose some of the overall volume that we started out the class with. The heifer that rounds out the class just need to make a little bit more of her. Just need to give her more body, more bone about her, more width through her top, just more overall. More dimension to compete higher with the class of animals above them.
Our blue ribbon winners in that class were Alan George and Ava Krings. Now if we can bring in our Mana Zhu Junior Yearling, Emmett Faulkner, Macy Hunger, and Kyla Taylor. On deck will be other breed heifer junior yearlings. And get those ready. Hannah Bauer, Alexis Danzinger, Kaylee Fernalds, Robert Morris, and Trent Ryder.
Our third junior yearling class. What are we calling these? This isn't any other breed. Okay, so we went from Hereford to crossbred to Canadian. Is there any other breed?
Thank you to our live stream sponsors of the 2020 Buffalo County Dairy Show, including Bluff Country Feed and Seed of Mondovi, Synergy Co-op, Shannon Crop Services, also Provisions Health as well, and Tech, and O'Galley Cheese Factory. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a phone call, drop them an email, visit their business, and tell them thank you for supporting these broadcasts and live streams. Without their support, we wouldn't be able to do this, so please thank all of our sponsors. They make these broadcasts possible. Later on tonight, we'll have the livestock auction from the Buffalo County Fair starting at about 7 o'clock. Have that on our YouTube channel at Durand Broadcasting WRDN, along with our website at realcountry1430.com, and also on our Facebook page as well. If you missed last week's Off the Cuff with yours truly, Susan Littlefield and Sabrina Halverson, you'll be able to listen to that again on Saturday and Sunday morning at 9 o'clock on our internet radio station, Rural Roots Country. Just go to ruralrootscountry.com. That's ruralrootscountry.com. This week's edition of Off the Cuff. We talk with a professor from Ukraine. She's a professor of agronomy. And in March, her and her 2 children, in the middle of the night, had to escape. They ended up at Kansas State University. And we talk with that professor. Again, you'll be able to hear that Saturday and Sunday morning with Off the Cuff, again, at our internet station, Rural Roots Country. Just go to ruralrootscountry.com. We feature the country hits of the 60s through the early 2000s, along with some rural lifestyle programming and more, but it's primarily the music, and so you can check that out, again, at ruralrootscountry.com. So we continue on with the 2022 Buffalo County Beef Show from the Buffalo County Fair here in Mondovi. We'll have the livestock auction coverage tonight starting at 7, and the dairy show tomorrow at 9.
Your Main on Jew junior yearling class, there's definitely some quality in the ring from top to bottom. Different styles of animals and different things that these animals excel on, and some things that we probably could blend them together. We're going to start with the heifer closest to me. I think I just admire the overall volume, the internal dimension that this heifer has, yet she's still feminine up through that shoulder, just power packed, really wide through that top, wide through that stifle, and shows me a tremendous amount of dimension of natural muscling. The heifer in second, this is probably the closest placing I've had yet today. A heifer that I really admire from a profile standpoint, really like the length of side that this heifer gives me. I always start to look over the top and from behind. She's just not as thick and not as muscular as the heifer here above her, but a heifer that is very feminine up through that shoulder, very easy profiling, and an animal that we really, really like. If we could have put the amount of muscle and volume that we started with in that heifer, we would have been able to change the placing in this class. Heifer in third, just not quite as mature for her age here today. Just need to body her down a little bit more, widen her out through that top, give her more dimension overall, more muscling to her. That may come with age, but as we see it here today, she's just a little greener, a little plainer, a little flatter to place higher in the class today.
And our blue ribbon winners were Macy Hunger and Kyla Taylor. Now, any other breed heifer junior yearlings, you can bring those in the ring. And on deck will be the cow-calf pair class. You can get those ready. Other breed heifer junior yearlings, Hannah Bauer, Alexis Stanziner, Kylie Fernhaus, Robert Morris, Trent Ryder. Bring your yearlings in.
your crossbred junior yearling class. I think we've got some quality animals from top to bottom. We've got a maintainer cross that sorts herself to the top of the class here. Really admire the spring of rib, overall width of top, just overall capacity that this heifer possesses. Tracks very well on her feet and legs. Yeah, it's very feminine up through that shoulder, and just really blends very well for me here today. The heifer in second, I think, has all the volume that we started out the class with. Maybe just doesn't kind of blend together quite as well as the heifer that we started out with here. A little more production oriented in her make, carrying possibly a little more condition than we would need to have here today. Just want to make her a little wider out through that stifle, do that lower round if we're going to move her up in the class. The heifer in third, just a real good production-oriented kind of heifer, a heifer that gives up some of the bone and body that we started the class with, but has some width of top about her and very structurally correct on her feet and legs, and handily fits into the third spot. We round out with another heifer that maybe a little bit taller than some in the class. I think maybe just a little flatter in her muscle makeup. Really admire the spring of rib capacity about her. If we're going to change her, make her a little wider through that top, wider through that hip, and through those pins. We round out the class with a Blue Lingo Angus cross heifer, just a little bit of a disadvantage from a breed standpoint. Just a heifer that we need to make a little bit wider, give her a little more internal volume, a little more muscle, natural muscling, natural thickness about her to move her up in the class here today.
The blue ribbon winners in that class was Trench Ryder and Kylie Fernholz. Next we have registered cow-calf pairs. With the calf born after March 1st. So if you bring your registered cow-calf pairs in, Hannah Bauer, Cadence Verguth, Hannah Bauer and Kylie Schultz. On deck will be your bull calf junior, all breeds.
You're watching coverage of the 2022 Buffalo County Beef Show. I'm Brian Winnekins, along with Michelle Stangler from WRDN. Thank you to our video streaming sponsors, including Alcivia Co-op, Security Financial Bank, N-Tech, also O'Galley Cheese Factory, along with 24/7 and West Wisconsin Telecom. Please thank all of our sponsors. Drop them an email, give them a phone call, visit their business, tell them thank you for supporting our live streaming broadcasts this morning. We'll have more coverage from the Buffalo County Fair as well later on tonight at 7 o'clock with the livestock auction. We'll have it on our YouTube channel at Durand Broadcasting WRDN, along with our Facebook page at WRDN 1430 AM stereo and 107.3 FM, and on our website as well at realcountry1430.com. If you missed the hog show yesterday from the Buffalo County Fair, that is now available at our YouTube channel at Durand Broadcasting WRDN. We also have our shows from last week's Dunn County Fair. They are also posted on our YouTube channel. Another beautiful day here at the Buffalo County Fair. Come on out and join us if you have a chance later on tonight. Of course, the truck and tractor pull will be going on as well at 7 o'clock tonight. Come over to our booth in the commercial building. Got some goodies to give away and more. And again, come on out and join us all weekend long here at the Buffalo County Fair.